Previously on SailingChunk.
Go forth and let the winds guide you on your next adventure. Okay, well, I'll see you soon. I'm sure of it. Oh no. Thanks to this guy, 99 mining is a requirement for this chunk because there's a mining skill cape. The Xtreme One Chunk rule set says I should get 99 smithing. Now, in this chunk, by just repairing struts. But I'm definitely leaning towards backlogging it at least until we get a furnace.
How's it going, all you beautiful people? Welcome back to another SailingChunk video. Before we get started, I want to extend another huge thank you to all of you all watching these videos. The viewer engagement has been amazing, and you all seem to really be enjoying the content, so I'll keep on making it. A quick reminder that channel memberships are active, so if you're interested and capable of supporting these videos financially, there are some very inexpensive options in there to further support the channel. We have some new channel members to shout out at the beginning of this video, and that is Sergeant Nerd at the Emerald tier, and Sir Lexon and Luke Donnelly at the Opal Loyalty tier. Thank you all so much for your support. Anyway, shameless plug and housekeeping aside, let's get down to business, shall we? So, last video, we spent a good bit of time talking about the elephant in the room that is the broken strut. As expected, the response was overwhelmingly in favor of backlogging the broken strut as a suitable training method. These responses were further split into two main groups, the wait for furnace group and the wait for skill cape group. However, there was actually a lot of overlap between these two groups, with some people saying that even if I rolled the smithing cape and didn't have a furnace, it'd be ridiculous to rely on broken struts. Others said that even if I did roll a furnace, 99 should still be left for the chunk with the skill cape. Overall, it seems the vast majority of you don't really mind how I go about my smithing journey, as long as I mostly stick to the spirit of the Xtreme One Chunk game mode, and that repairing broken struts to 99 is even too extreme for the extreme rule set. That being said, and in the name of continuous content and channel growth, I have decided that I will not be repairing broken struts to 99 in this chunk. Based on the responses in your comments, I've been kicking around some ideas of what exact strict rules I'm going to define for the rest of the smithing grind to 99, but I'm not ready to make any decisions just yet, so you'll have to wait until the next video or so until that's been finalized. Here's a quick reminder of everything we've done and everything we still have to do in East Falador. Feel free to pause the video if you want, but we're going to move on now and get back to the progress. Alright, so we're starting off this video with 59 golden nuggets. Our very next unlock that we're going to shoot for is going to be the upper level, which is going to take 100 golden nuggets. It's going to greatly help with the AFK ability of this grind, as well as helping my sanity. Alright, some time has passed on this mining grind, as is tradition. And this should be the last load of pay dirt that we need, as long as we get lucky, in order to get 100 golden nuggets. Oh, we got two. Awesome. Sweet. Alright, so let's take out 100 golden nuggets. Talk to Prospector Percy. Is there anything else I can unlock here? 100 nuggets for unlimited access. Restricted mine access, 100 nuggets. Here we go. Alright, there we go. Task complete. Now let's go up here and enjoy our restricted mine. Restricted to me and all these bots. Just kidding. There's probably other people here who aren't bots, but there's definitely some bots up here. Just got a count check random event, and this lamp is actually going to put us at our first lamped level. There it is, 2 crafting. Wow, can you imagine more time has passed on the mining grind with nothing interesting happening? Anyway, I have 200 golden nuggets now, and we have enough to unlock another quality of life upgrade, the larger sack. So let's go ahead and get that. Oh, bigger sack, I'm sorry. And there we go, chunk task complete. And here's our first big milestone, 80 mining. Huge. We're also about a quarter of the way to the next unlock with our golden nuggets, so that should be coming here fairly shortly. Okay, fairly shortly took another 100k XP. So let's take our 100 golden nuggets, unlock the coal bag, and there we go, another chunk task complete. Only thing left for Motherlode Mine now is the gem bag. And I'm curious how this works when extracting pay dirt. Let's see. Oh, okay. You just still had to click it. Well, that sucks. I thought it would go right in. Ayo. I just got a steel plate body from a mystery box after a Quizmaster random event. So that's actually going to be my new best in slot. It's best in slot for now until I make a better armor at the end of this chunk. Future Runescape here. I have no clue what happened to this clip, but somehow it's like one frame every 30 seconds. So let me just walk you through these pictures. Basically, 100 golden nuggets, we buy the gem bag, and then we get the green log of the motherlode mine. So that is awesome, and as I like to say, chunk task complete. Guys, I don't know what to say. I just logged on and look who it, look. Oh my god. What the I just logged on like a minute ago. What? How? I've never had this pet before. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. Well, already. Now I have a little buddy with me to stay with me through all my mining adventures. Okay, so it's been about 3 weeks since I recorded my last clip of me getting the mining pet. I've since changed my little buddy here to gold because I think it looks pretty good with my gold outfit, even though they're not exactly the same color. Somehow. Anyway, I'm up to 89 mining now. I have plenty of runite ore in the bank. I've gotten a few random events in that time, so I'm up to level 20 fishing and 4 crafting now. Crafting is going super slow. I still want to get that up to level 20 as soon as possible so I can start cutting my gems. My current goal is to continue mining a motherlode mine while passively getting level 51 smithing from repairing broken struts. Level 51 gives me the ability to make myself a mithril axe, which will be much better than the steel one I can make at the moment. And even though I didn't think we'd be getting it passively at the beginning of this chunk, level 51 is definitely creeping up on us. Once I get the mithril axe, I'll go ahead and knock out the woodcutting and fire making portions of this chunk in order to take a bit of a break from mining. Then I plan on heading to the mining guild and mining a bunch of coal to start gathering those unidentified minerals in order to unlock the different mining gloves. Seems like a pretty straightforward plan, right? Surely there's nothing here that would constitute its own grind, right? Well, some of you OSRS veterans might already see the problem. For you newcomers out there, let me introduce you to the general layout of every plan you'll ever make in Old School Runescape. This plan that I have here, yeah, that's the end of the plan. For most account types, getting to the end of your plan involves completing some very specific and sometimes very difficult milestones. Sometimes those milestones would be much easier to complete if you did some other things first. Maybe one of those things has a quest requirement, but that quest has a prerequisite level that you don't have. Maybe another quest is the best way to obtain the XP you need to meet the prerequisite of the first quest. As you can see, these plans can start to get out of control pretty quickly. This concept is no different in the Xtreme One Chunk game mode. So what's the big issue with my plan? Well, it's not so much of a big issue, but a great way for me to illustrate how much different but similar the Xtreme One Chunk game mode can be. 51 smithing is great and all, but without a mithril bar, how would I make an axe? The only way we can get a mithril bar is by casting the superheat item spell on some of my mithril ore, which requires level 43 magic. We currently have level 1. We do have access to a rune shop, so we could pretty much just buy whatever we need and get there as quick as possible, right? Well, unfortunately, I'm flat broke, and before rolling this chunk, I didn't have a great way of making money. I've done some digging, and it appears the best thing I could do at this point would be to sell ores to Hendor in the mining guild. It gets rid of my precious resources, but does slowly increase my cash stack. I don't want to lose so much of what I've gathered, so I should be very careful. I need to find a magic training method that is both fast and cheap, but is mostly cheap. It probably comes as no shock to some of you, but I'll be working my way up to being able to use the curse spell. I'll get more into this later, but curse is a spell that can be splash in order to result in repeatable fast XP. In order to splash, I need a full metal armor set. My only option here is to make it myself, but again, I don't have access to superheating bars just yet. Luckily, dwarves in this mine drop bronze and iron bars, so all I have to do is kill enough of them to make myself a full armor set. And here it is, the official start of my plan. And there we go, 51 smithing. Let's go ahead and click this other strut, and then we'll get on with killing some dwarves. Alright, I should have everything that I need for my trip up to the northern part of the Falador mine. I have my armor set, as you can see, I look like an absolute beast. I actually took all my mining stuff off and it was kind of weird to see my character without any of those prospector pieces on, because man, it's been a long time. I also brought some ore to sell whenever I feel like doing that, and we just got our first iron bar from a dwarf a couple kills ago. Oh, they dropped chaos runes as well, which will actually be really good for money making. I didn't think of that. Chaos runes and death runes sell to Betty's Emporium for decent money, and I won't be using any of those for my initial magic training. Alright, I just made myself an iron axe, so I'll be able to start woodcutting whenever I want. I went ahead and took a detour to sell some ore, and I sold 300 adamant and 600 mithril. Selling 5 adamant and 10 mithril per world got me about 131k, so that is a really good money maker for an account that previously didn't have one. Now back to dwarves to finish off my armor set. Alright, there's some legs. Now let's make a kite shield. And there we go, an absolute god tier armor set. Yeah, it's not too great obviously, but the number one thing is that we have negative 65 magic attack, which will allow us to splash. Okay, I took my money that I just made and bought a bunch of runes. Now all I have to do is wind strike my way up to level 19 so I can start using curse, then we can start splashing. I actually decided to start using the weaken spell since the cost difference is pretty negligible and this gives much better XP. But this is what splashing is if you aren't familiar. With a negative 64 or lesser magic attack bonus, you're guaranteed to miss any casting of a combat spell, aka splash, as you can see indicated by this little splashing graphic on the Seagull. Normally weakening spells like this would only be allowed to be used once on an opponent, but because the effect isn't being applied, I can do it repeatedly. For spells like Weaken and Curse, you still get the same amount of XP if you splash as you would if you hit, so this is much faster than using other methods. Okay, just a couple more here, and there we go, 19 magic. Now I have to do some calculations and see exactly how many casts of Curse I need to get to level 43. I'll go ahead and buy those, that way I can have everything that I need to finish off this goal. Alright, runes have been acquired. Thankfully it didn't cost too much money, maybe 40k or so. Lovely. Let's deposit everything we don't need into the bank so we have a nice clean inventory. That also filters out my spell list a bit, which makes it cleaner as well. And now let's get started splashing with the curse spell. Alright, this is going to give me some pretty good XP, let's see. Oh yeah, 29 per cast. 43 is going to go by in no time. We just have to cast this 1734 times. I did some quick math. Curse has a 5-tick casting time, which takes 3 seconds. And since I have to cast it 1734 times, that means I'll see you in just about an hour and a half. And hello, it's been much more than an hour and a half for me because I wasted some XP by going to sleep. However, here's 43 magic. Now we can finally cast Superheat item. So even though I do have a 55 magic task to cast high level alchemy, we're going to stop here so we can go ahead and get our mithril axe made. Well, I AFK'd a bit today, and I did some more mining. I got about halfway to level 90. I'm able to play the game again now, so let's go ahead and get started on our woodcutting. I'm going to go ahead and wield this iron axe, put the rune pickaxe in the bank, and let's take out 1 iron ore and 2 coal, as well as a mithril ore for our mithril axe, and 4 more coal. Okay, and I am lucky enough to already have a few fire runes and 8 nature runes in the bank, so let's get our first superheat done here. There's our steel bar, and there's our mithril bar. Nice, perfect. Alright, let's get our placeholders situated in the bank. Now let's take these over to the anvil. I'll also go ahead and grab a tinderbox since we'll need that as well. I had to grab a pickaxe again since I keep being blocked in by these stupid rocks. I also decided to take the old mining helmet off because, you know, we're finally going to spend some time above ground. And there's our mithril axe, and there's our steel axe. Now I have everything lined up to start our woodcutting. I have not figured out exactly what the best woodcutting strat's going to be, but I do know that I have access to a few different trees. Over here are some regular trees. There's an oak tree right here, and over here in Port Sarim there's some willows. Finally there's a yew tree here, and some around here. So that's really where these tasks are coming from. I didn't have access to an axe before rolling this chunk, so I had to go back to my previous chunks and cut those trees. So that's 60 wood cutting to cut the yew trees. And then we also have a tinderbox unlocked, so that's 60 fire making for burning the yew logs. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, what about fletching? I actually don't have access to a knife yet, so I cannot start fletching, which is kind of good because this 99 mining chunk is already big enough, and fletching would take a very long time. Anyway, let's go over here and start cutting some trees. Alright, here we go, first tree cut on the account, at least on the mainland that is. Wow, going pretty fast actually for one wood cutting. Oh, I guess I spoke too soon. And there's level 2 wood cutting. Nice. In case you're wondering, yes, I have my level up notifications turned off right now because I'm still in the early stages of the account and there's a lot of levels that will just be interrupting a bunch of different things. So I don't want that just yet. I'll turn them on later. Let's get this fire making started. The first few fires always take a while, but it's pretty quick once you get to around, I think, level 5. After that, you don't even really notice failing to light the fires. Wow. forever. Oh, man. Oh, look, someone just got a fox whistle. Congrats. Alright, well, I'm going to continue doing this until I get to level 6 woodcutting, and I'll catch you then. A couple more logs here, and we'll be able to ditch our iron axe and upgrade to the steel one. There we go, level 6 woodcutting. The iron axe isn't used for any clue steps or anything, so we could just drop it. See you later, bud. Now I'll be using the steel axe until level 21, then we can equip the mithril one. And after this log, that will be 500 total level. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Okay, we have 15 fire making. We just need to chop another inventory or so of logs and we'll have 15 woodcutting. I forgot to record it, but 15 woodcutting has been acquired. I've been cutting oak logs now and we've gotten up to level 21 woodcutting. I'll grab the mithril axe out of the bank, but I'm not going to drop the steel one because it's used for clue steps. I just got my first bird's nest. I guess that's a notable clip to share, right? I got level 30 fire making. So I went ahead and moved my woodcutting operation down here to Port Sarim. I think this will be better for me to cut and bank the oak logs since I can use that deposit box right over there. Oh, look at this. Good old Chad coming through. No way. That used to be my favorite cape to wear when I was a kid. Ah, the memories. Well, I was woodcutting and I just got a Cecilia clue step. Obviously I don't have the Falador Park, but I'm curious if there would be a way I could lure her into my chunk. Probably not, so I'm just going to drop this and hope I do get a completable step in the future. And these stay on the ground for an hour now, so I can just constantly be reminded of my failure. So I'm actually going to move it over here-ish, out of sight. There we go, that'll do. Okay, 3 more oak logs so we can actually start cutting some willows. I'm excited to do that because I'm pretty sure I can just do some fire making right down this path here. There we go, 30 wood cutting, nice. Alright, we're going to get our first willow logs on the account. Oh, you know what I should do? I should grab a rake, which I believe I have one stored here in the tool leprechaun. There we go. And I'll use it to rake the spirit tree patch. Then whenever I'm woodcutting, which I'll be doing all the way up to 60, I could just rake the patch to get some XP from the weeds whenever I see them grow. We'll see how long I keep that up. Here we go, first willow log in the account, and a lot more to come. Alright, I have some good news and I have some bad news. Good news, this line of fires right down this path works, but it's one short. So I have to come over here like this and light one extra. Ugh. Awful. Jeez. Why? Why me? This is the worst thing I've ever put myself through. Ahoy, SailingChunk. What in the 7 seas are you doing? Just training me fire making, Redbeard Frank. Watch where you step. Ah, me beard! I'll catch me beard on fire! Just step away, Redbeard. Just walk away. It's fine. Just move. Blimey, that was close. Next time warn a pirate, will ye? Aye, Redbeard. I'll keep that in mind. Alright, there is 41 woodcutting. I can now use a rune axe. If I had one, a couple more willow logs, and we have 50 woodcutting. Very nice. Oh, Clean Chat's going crazy. Gotta say thank you. And yeah, this isn't too bad. It's a nice little break from mining, that's for sure. And there's level 55 woodcutting. 5 more levels, and we can finish our chunk goal. Currently 57 fire making, so that's going to be done soon as well. So I've been getting a good bit of random events while on this short woodcutting grind, and I thought I should bring something up. I've previously been lamping crafting in hopes of getting up to level 20 so I can cut sapphires. However, I've been doing some investigating, and I almost lamped myself into an absolutely miserable grind. Let me explain. Nestled away in the quaint little Falador farm lies a loom. Why is a loom so bad, you ask? Well, as you can see, there are imps in my chunks. While looking at their drop table, I noticed something terrifying. They drop balls of wool, 4 of which can be used on a loom to create a strip of cloth, granting crafting XP. This means I have a suitable secondary training method for training crafting, right? Well, luckily I have my trusty 1 in 16 secondary training method limit, so surely I'd be saved from having to use this method, right? Right? Oh shit. Yep, that's right. Imps drop a single ball of wool at a rate of 1 in 16. But you have to get 4 of them in order to process them into a strip of cloth, granting a grand total of 12 XP. According to my chunk rules, this would still count as a valid training method. Luckily, I found this early enough in my lamping process, since making a strip of cloth requires 10 crafting and I am currently level 6. So what if I accidentally did get level 10 crafting? Well, you may remember from last episode that I mentioned I was only a viable crafting method away from an 89 crafting grind to make amethyst dart tips, and that is still true. This quote-unquote viable trading method would have been my only source of crafting XP outside of buying bags of gems from the various sources in East Falador. But I can't imagine how long either option would take in order to get me all the way to level 89 crafting. That is, without using a furnace to process any jewelry or anything like that. Therefore, I have barely been saved thanks to my own research. Good job, me. Safe to say, I'll be lamping another skill from now on. Okay, with this inventory of logs, we'll be getting the level to complete another chunk goal. Just a few more of these and we will have level 60 fire making. I still need to get level 60 woodcutting in order to get the yew logs so I can burn them, but having the level knocked out feels great. And there we go, level 60 fire making. I'm actually just going to bank the rest of these willow logs because chances are my next wood related grind is going to involve fletching yew logs instead of burning a higher level log like a magic log. So I'd rather just keep those in the bank for some quick XP. So let's go ahead and finish up the wood cutting. Actually, I can go ahead and bank this tinderbox to free up an inventory space. Alright, we're level 57 wood cutting. See you in a few more levels. Well, I did the thing. I was editing a video and completely missed it, but here we are, woodcutting level 60. With the message we can be told that we can now cut yew trees. That's exciting. Let's see if the clan has anything to say about it. Oh, they do. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chunk goal complete. And we have a beginner clue. Let's see if we can get lucky, and this might be one of the... No, it's not. Alright, let's go on up here. Find ourselves a yew tree, cut it, and that'll be a chunk goal. I'll actually go ahead and take this onto the bank and then burn it, and that'll be another one. Alright, here we go. Let's see how long this is going to take. Hopefully not too long. And there we go, first one. Chunk task complete. Let's get another one so we have one in the bank after we burn the first one. Alright, there we go. Now let's take this to the bank and get our second chunk task complete. Alright, here in the bank, it looks like we banked a little under 1,000 willow logs, so that's not too bad at all. There's our yew log being put in the bank. Take out the tinderbox, walk on outside because they won't let you commit arson in the bank, and let's light the fire. There it is, yew logs burnt. That is another chunk task complete. So with that, let's take a look back at the plan that we laid out earlier. We've done everything we set out to do before starting to chase after those unidentified minerals for the mining guild tasks, so we're going to get into that in the next episode. However, before we end this one, I promised you all in the last episode that I'd make another graphic which highlights all the backlogged, passive, and meme tasks. So here it is. First off, in the backlog category, I didn't really mention this since it seemed a bit ridiculous, but some people did bring it up in the comments. Technically, if I were to get any other level 99 besides mining, I could obtain a trimmed mining skill cape, and that would count as the best in slot since the trimmed version has better stats than the untrimmed version. I'm officially placing this on the backlog because I'm not going to grind another random 99 just for a slight equipment bonus. I'd rather keep those grinds for when I roll the respective skill cape. Next, in the passive category, I only have one at the moment, and that's my highest level farming task, which is currently level 61 to grow snape grass. As mentioned in episode 0, all farming tasks are going to be passive. I'm honestly not even touching this skill that often at the moment, since these are not that easy for me to obtain, but as soon as I have something like Master Farmers for pickpocketing, this skill will become a lot more active. Next, in the meme category, we are all aware of what I've categorized as a meme grind, which is getting 99 smithing solely off of broken struts. I don't want this to be completely forgotten about though, so I placed it in here. It'll also feel nice to shift this into the active task list when I reach the appropriate milestones. Finally, I have the biggest meme grind that East Falador is known for, which is obtaining the uncut onyx from a bag full of gems at a rate of 40 times 100 million. This is near impossible for any account to get. To my knowledge, only 2 people have ever gotten this drop. However, I'll keep my hopes high and keep this task on the meme list. That's going to do it for the new extra tasks list, so let's take a look at what's remaining on the active list. In this video, we finished off all of the Motherlode mine tasks, got a decent way through our 55 magic goal, and finished off the woodcutting and fire making goals. That leaves us with the goals of obtaining the different mining gloves from the mining guild, getting level 55 magic and casting high level alchemy, and finally getting level 99 mining. In the next video, we'll be completing East Falador and rolling our next chunk, so you won't want to miss it. Before I say my goodbyes, I want to give a huge shout out to all the channel members who help keep this channel going. Those at the Sapphire tier and above will receive a shout out at the end of every video, which is, well, now. So thank you so much to Sergeant Nerd at the Emerald tier. He's solely holding down the fort here in the member shoutouts, so if you'd like to support, check out the channel memberships down below by clicking the join button. That's going to do it for this video. Again, a massive thank you to everyone watching. I continue to be impressed by the love and support everyone's been giving me in the comments, and I can't wait to release more content for y'all. I've also been streaming my chunk rolls if you're interested in watching, although a warning that there will obviously be spoilers when watching them. At the moment, I'm about 3 months ahead of the videos on my in-game progress, which allows me to be sure I can release videos on a mostly regular period for y'all. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know down in the comments what you're looking forward to the most. Fair winds and following seas to you all, me hearties.